Hey, how's it going? I've heard some questions about the card Phoenix Quill, so I wanted to share my thoughts on that. And if you pull one of these, well, there's nothing better. So I have organized my thoughts into a friendly numbered list. Here are top 5 things to know about Phoenix Quill. Number 1, what does it do? Let's take a look. It's a Sulfera legendary item utility. It has 0 cost, so play it for nothing. No energy, does cost an action, but no energy. Sacrifice free. You may play core cards from any orbital this round, gain 3 energy. So whenever you choose to activate it, it is a huge energy boost to help you play whatever you want from your hand. You may bury all the cards in your hand and draw that many cards. So if you don't have the piece that you need, or you don't like what's in your hand, you just take your entire hand of cards, put it on the bottom of your deck, and then draw it back that many cards into your hand from the top, equal to the number that you put on the bottom. And we'll read the flavor text too. Kings and queens write their own stories, and so shall you. Number 2, power level. If you've played very much Wonders of the First, you see right away that this card is insanely pushed, and it provides an enormous advantage to almost any deck that you put it in. That's not to say it's unbeatable. It can still be nullified. It can still be destroyed before they get a chance to use it. But if they drop it and it accelerates them into a key play or a key card of their deck, there's no getting around that. So we really wanted to put a card in that would test out the DBS engine, right? This is the point costing system, and let us see. We'll know right away if we're able to balance this thing so that it's fair and works well with our DBS system. Another thing that this does is it is a great enabler for legendary build-arounds. The problem with most legendary cards, there's only one per deck, but there's quite a few of them that you would really like to pull off a big ability or big combo. If you don't draw into it, maybe it's on the bottom half of your deck or something like that. This gives you more chances to draw into it, and when you draw into that key legendary piece, you'll have the energy right there to drop it. So not only does this provide general useful utility to almost any deck, it especially enables decks that have key legendary pieces. All right, number 3, pull rates. How hard is it to open one of these things in a pack? Well, Phoenix Quill is mythic rarity. That's the highest rarity level, the hardest to get. And we don't give exact numbers, but in a box of 30 packs, you can generally expect to get 3, 4, 5 mythics per box. And the existence set has 70 different mythics that you could hit. So that gives you an idea that if you open a box and you get a Phoenix Quill in your first few boxes, you are extremely lucky. These things are pretty hard to pull. Number 4, treatments. What are the treatments? What are the styles that Phoenix Quill can possibly come in? Well, first, the basic version is classic paper. That's no foil on it. Then there's classic foil. And then there are 3 specialty foil treatments. There are formless foils, not going to be printed again. There are orbital color matches, OCMs. These are the serialized numbered cards. And because it's a mythic, all mythics are numbered only from 1 to 10. So there's only 10 of those out there, OCMs. And then the ultimate is the stone foil. That is the 1 of 1. There's only 1 of those in existence. If you want to think about what is a possible ultimate crown jewel to any collection, if you have a stone foil of the Phoenix Quill, there's nothing better. Do not touch it with human hands, because it is very likely to be maybe the most valuable card that there is in the history of the game. If not the most valuable, then certainly one of the most valuable, because There's nothing higher, there's nothing more exciting to collect than the Stonefoil Phoenix Quill. And there's one more special version that is the pre-slab. The pre-slabs are first run cards before the product is even released that are sent off for grading and then made available to people who were early supporters. And these have a stamp on them that say pre-release. There are only 24 of those in existence. They're all sealed, they're all graded, and they get the special tag S grading where they rate those on a 1,000-point scale. Now, the tag S grading is only given to cards that appear on the box art. The rest of the pre-slab cards get standard tag grading. But so why does Phoenix Quill get the S level grading? It's because there are a few boxes out there with Phoenix Quill art on them. They're not easy to find. They're highly collectible. And if you see Phoenix Quill on the box art, that means that there is a Phoenix Quill card included in that box. So keep an eye out for those. If you see one, you know it's something special. Number 5 is going to be the lore behind the card. And the Phoenix Quill has always had a special place in the game. We did this entire project kind of backwards from how you would normally do a game, where you create a bunch of abilities and then create artwork to match those abilities. In this case, we created a huge amount of characters and concepts and artwork first, and then in a lot of cases, things like Phoenix Quill, it's not that we chose the art, it's that the art chose us. People who saw this, it really touched them, it really resonated with them, and there's an idea here that a phoenix is kind of a symbol of rebirth and immortality, and then also the ability to be creative and write your stories, your ideas, your imagination in your head. And so it sets a stage, it makes a precedent for this kind of magic, this kind of power to exist in our universe. And but we'll very likely see some reveals in the future to see what the history of this card is and how it has influenced fate. And if you get yourself a hold of one, you can kind of feel that it's bringing you some good luck. That wraps up my list. There's never going to be another card like Phoenix Quill. So if you hit one, it's just about one of the biggest hits that you can possibly get. If that happens, I want you to raise your hands up and say, yes, Quill! Because this card deserves nothing less. Catch you next time.